Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am running just a couple of minutes late because I had every good intention of knowing at least the first round of the NFL draft, and I couldn't. I think I heard Caleb Williams was the first pick.
That's about what I heard.
All right, I got shit on in the background. I got to kick out of another browser. I'll be right back.
All right. Yeah, that's happened to me a couple of times too. For those of you that don't know what's going on, he had two browsers on, so essentially there were two Kennys on his screen, and he was hearing his own voice in his own ear, so that can be a little bit distracting. But anyway, welcome to the Star Maker Bolin Show. I am Coltrane, and Star Maker is backstage trying to fix his microphone and his he had another browser to kick out of. Bobby, I don't know if he'll be here or not. If he's lurking around in the background, he'll pop on. If not, he won't, because otherwise he may give away the red score. So all of you newbies in here, the rule is you do not give up any scores until Kenny has said that he has watched the game. So everybody's caught up on that.
Yeah. I had, in order for me to set the settings on YouTube to make it members only, I had to go into another browser to do that. Because one browser is set up for YouTube Premium and the other one is set up for the show.
Yeah.
So I had to do that.
Oh, I've been double on my screen before because I've been on two different browsers and couldn't figure out how to kick the other one out.
Yeah. Well, at least I figured out how to do that much. So,
I see your screen back there. Everybody is where they stayed.
So far, other than that guy getting drafted from NXT in the first round.
Who was that?
Carmelo, whatever.
Hayes.
Yeah. So that was earth shattering. And so far, and they brought the Dudley boys out to do the picks there, and I think they were in Cincinnati to do this. So I don't know.
That makes plenty of sense.
It has been a stressful and busy past few days, along with come here, Scooby, come on. It's a little more comfortable when he comes up and does that now because all the doggies got their nails done, and including the Goobers. And he might have been one of the best dogs at the vet. We were anticipating he might be the worst. Choco put up a hell of a fight. Didn't want to get her nails done. She wasn't so bad on the shot. Didn't want to get her nails done. They said they had to spread her paws out and lay her on the floor, and they said she cried like a little child.
Oh,
and she does. She's made Maya cry at vets before.
Oh, I bet.
And they won't let Maya go back there. They had to let Chris go back because somebody had to get her back there. She locked in and was not going with them. Cal and Scooby just walked right back there and fuck. 8 minutes later, they were both back, nails done, shots, happier and shit. Scooby went out and took a shit in the vet's yard. So we didn't think he'd do that, but he did. So he left a little something behind there for everybody. He left a tip, I guess you would say. He left a tip. And but it has just been a stressful couple of 3 days, a lot of shit going on. Yeah. A lot of shit to deal with. And but hey, we all have shit to deal with. We all got problems. So fuck it. What do you do? Yeah. And so we're back here tonight. First and foremost, God, what was the pecking order of shit we're trying to get done tonight?
Hey, Vanessa.
I know that Eunice's dog Borjak, the way she spells it, Borjak is pretty sick. She's had him for a long time, or at least a long time for her. He's a few years old, which is good for the Philippines. Vanessa will be the first to tell you that. And it's we're trying to raise about $20 for medication for her dog Borjak, and we're going to do everything we can to get that to her first thing here in the morning. He's been sick apparently a couple of days, but they didn't let me know about it till after vet hours last night.
Oh, of course.
And so not much you can do at that point. So we're going to try to get that done today. Our friend Eula's over in Istanbul. She won her an iPhone 14. We thought it was a scam. But no, she actually won the phone. But in order to pick up the phone, she had to pay for it, and she had to forfeit her school money, her college money, or lose the phone. And that's it's like $1,000 phone. No, I'm sorry, the iPhone 15 Pro, and so that's like $1,100 phone, give or take.
It is.
And we thought it was a scam. There's no way you won that, and well, she did. And but the phone needs a charger, a screen protector, a case, and to reimburse her for her school money for getting the phone, because we didn't want her to lose an $1,100 phone over about $180.
Right.
So we are going to try over the next 2 or 3 shows, because she's got 2 weeks before she has to pay her college tuition money. And that phone is going to be a tremendous help. She has had some shit phone she's had for about 8 or 9 years. And it was a shit phone when she got it. And you can imagine how shitty it is now. And now she's got one of the best phones in the world that she won. But to get the charger, screen protector, and the taxes she had to pay to get the phone, it ran about $180 for everything she needed. It didn't even come with a charger. When the fuck did this happen? But phones don't cut. Oh, here you go. It's like giving me a Porsche but no engine.
You know, I have noticed that Apple does that over a couple of generations.
Holy
you start getting
shit,
less
man,
and less.
that blew me away. That blew me away that they didn't come with. I thought that was. So that is something I'd love to help her with over the next couple of weeks. If you want to help our friend out, we're trying to raise enough money to pay the taxes, and because she had to spend her school money. She's got it, but she had to spend her school money to get it, and we told her to do it. You know, hey, don't forfeit an $1,100 phone over $180. You know,
did you say this was Luca?
No, that's Yilas. Over in Istanbul. And so we want to help her out. And she's a very good, very smart kid, has learned a lot of English over the past few years. I've known her since 2007. I've known her a long time. And so if we could be of any help with her whatsoever, that would be great. Eunice needs money for dog food. Mylene wrote me, said they could use some money for rice, about $30. They was asking for 1,500 pesos help. Chinny wrote asking for help for rice, about 1,500 pesos. I think they're looking to get 25 kilograms for her and her family. I got that message seconds before I went on the show. So there's a $30 request, a $20 request for the dog medicine, another $30 request for rice, so 30, 60, 80. And then over the next week or two, if we could help reimburse Yilas so she can get her college money, because I didn't want her to lose that phone. Right. I mean, that's over there. That's a once in a lifetime opportunity.
To you'd be kicking
no one over. And you think iPhones are expensive here? Over there, they're dramatically more expensive.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why, but they are. Same with the Philippines. You know, so many things are cheap over there. iPhones ain't one of them. I mean, they still got iPhone 5s going over there for $100, $200 for an iPhone 5.
China.
Yeah, and I don't know. I don't get it. But yeah, I got all the box fans in the windows today. I'm doing everything I can to hold off from turning on air conditioning. So those of you that want to comment and talk about the draft, how did Armando get in here? Because this is members only.
He came in like right when we put it up there.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I think he commented before the show started.
Why does he refuse to get a membership? Armando, you can't get a goddamn $3 membership.
No, there's like 3 steps to doing that. You have to click the button, punch it in.
Do you know how to show the graphic to do it if he's on an iPhone, which maybe he is? I mean, goddamn. People out there don't have Google.
I don't think so.
My stupid fucking shit. I said, goddamn, Google it. Goddamn it. Do you have the Google machine? If not, go to your next door neighbors, knock on the door, ask for some sugar, get you a cup of sugar. Maybe borrow a banana, whatever it is you need to borrow. And oh, by the way, can I borrow your Google machine? I'd like to know something. God damn.
I tell you what, when I was a personal trainer, some of the people that I trained were just, I
retired from that business
15 times.
I quit personal training.
Well, I'm sure, it gets old when you deal with that don't listen.
To live this long and work this little and look this way. I mean, fuck. I mean, you can't teach that shit. You can't teach it.
Right there.
No, that's
you can't teach that. Wild meal.
Pour some sugar on me, baby. Oh yeah. Oh, sugar. Honey. Dr. Bill's got a badge, though.
Yeah, he does.
He won't donate for shit, but he's got a badge.
Hey, donate $3 a month, I guess, right?
I guess. Thank you.
Thank you.
So you've heard the list of everything we got going on. Those that are and I need to give a shout out to the Tea Maker. Because everybody was, do you help people in America? Do you help people in your own community? Yeah, we go down under the bridge and pass out hamburgers quite often. We don't really promote it a whole hell of a lot because it's one meal, one time. Still runs 100. McDonald's normally matches me. If we go down by $100 worth of hamburgers, they will donate 100, and they also throw in the water. So they're actually doing a little bit better than we do. And so we do that from time to time. But Coltrane was made aware of somebody that was in a bad way this week, somebody local that really needed some serious help. And I just made him aware of the situation. Didn't ask him for any help. Just made him aware of the situation. And I want you to know that it wasn't minutes later. He basically just wrote back and said, problem solved. And it was a healthy donation help. And if somebody local here in Louisville, so don't say that we don't help people locally in Louisville, because he did. And he wasn't asked to. He was made aware of the situation. And it was very, very kind, very, very nice of him for what he did. And I won't say exactly what it was, but it was a monster help.
It was a goodly sum.
A goodly sum, as Raylan Gibbons has once said. He didn't want to give the amount. It was a goodly sum. Need to move the microphone out of the way so I can see what the hell's going on. Hey, Kenny Coltrane. I can't read it.
I think he's trying to say you're right. The draft sucked.
Well, where I'm at so far, it has. And staying right here at Raw. And staying on, well, who gives a shit?
Yeah, why even do all this shit?
Why even bother the fuck with it? I think they should do it, and I'm glad we're going to talk about this for a little bit. I think they should do it like the NFL draft. Give it its own show.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that they did this thing outdoors in the cold in Detroit over a 3-day fucking period. That fucking thing was outdoors and nighttime temperatures of 35 degrees. And these fucking idiots are showing up. I think they said like 250,000 people. Most of them don't know anything about fucking football.
Did you hear about those Chiefs fans that froze to death in their backyard?
What's that?
Those Chiefs fans that froze to death in their backyard.
No, I didn't hear about that.
Apparently,
I missed out on this one.
Yeah, they were shirtless and shit in their backyard watching the game.
There you go. All right.
It was negative 32, but apparently when they found all four of them, they had like fentanyl and cocaine in their system, so they just froze to death.
Well, you think the fentanyl and the cocaine would have got them over the hump? You think they'd have pulled right through?
But they were all exactly where they were.
How y'all liking the new headphones? I told you I was going to get some teal headphones before it was over.
Man, they match your
teal padding there.
Match your decor.
Reverse Beats logo. and somebody ripped off my idea that I did about 12 years ago.
I remember those.
12 years ago. That I started selling knockoff headphones with something like a Beats logo on it. Now I bought these off Amazon with the reverse Beats logo. And Kirk didn't say Kirk who? Kirk Cameron, Kirk Minifield. Oh, we talking about the football draft. And I don't, other than the first pick, I don't know who the Dolphins get, or do you know?
I don't know.
You don't know? So I think Bob was locked in. And I didn't mean to insinuate when we were doing our private chat earlier and I asked one of y'all to set the show up. I didn't mean to insinuate that Bob would purposely give away the final, but he gave it away yesterday and he doesn't even know it. You know why?
Why is that?
Because he was being friendly to me after the game was over. Had the Reds won, I'd been getting frowny faces, no responses, angry face. I mean, but he gave it away by being nice to me when the game. I was like, well, he's being nice. They must have. And it was a great game, 2-1 final. Rangers won it. But last year, and I didn't remember this, the world champion Rangers came into town. They weren't world champions yet, but they were working on it. And the Rangers came into town, and game one, they had a 5-1 lead. And the Reds came back and won the game. And then the second game, the Rangers were up 7-0. Well, there's no way the Reds can do that 2 days in a row. They're down 7-0 in the fourth or fifth inning, whatever it was. And the Reds came back and had like an 8-run inning, and the Reds won it and beat the Rangers again. And in the final day, the Reds come up to the bottom ninth. And Nick Senzel hits a walk-off home run to beat the Rangers in the third game.
Jesus.
So they sweep them at Cincinnati. And I forgot all that shit happened. So now the goal is to just go to Texas and don't get swept. We're just trying to go down there and not get swept is what we're working on right now. We got 53 live in here. It is time to kill Facebook. So that might take some numbers away, get the freeloaders out of here. Our Filipinos had a chance to say, hey, now you got to go to YouTube. So let's kill Facebook. You know how to do that, right? Or if you don't, I do.
Let's see. Just click. Yep. Wait. There we go. And remove.
We're trying to teach you on the fly here. And we'll see real quick how many we lose.
And you want X gone too?
I didn't even know X was up. That's where we're going to lose some numbers. I didn't know that we had the X going tonight. Yeah, kill X too, because those freeloading assholes don't know that. So fuck them. And then we'll get down to that got rid of half the viewers. We dropped from 52 to 24. We got rid of half of them. Because the freeloaders all go over to Twitter and watch now.
Yeah, a bunch of looky-loos.
Looky-loos is who they are. Looky-loons is what we should call them.
Apparently, we picked up
I think in the history of the show, we had one person act like he was going to donate on Twitter, and he didn't. And then Facebook had a donation come through last week. I think we had one donation. And, I mean, that's where the freeloaders hang out. They don't donate. They don't help. So if you ain't supporting the show, if you ain't supporting the show, if you ain't got it. As a matter of fact, I'm about ready to just quit doing anything on Twitter and Facebook whatsoever because it ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. If you don't like the show, don't watch it. If you don't think the 12 to 16 shows a month that we do here ain't worth it, don't fucking watch the show. I don't care. Fuck it. Fuck it. Find something else to do. And Lord knows the poor trolls, God, it's tough on them these days. They just
they're pacing back and forth right now, trying to figure out what the hell to do.
Probably froze to death in their backyard in Kansas City. probably lost a couple of them down.
You see smoke just in the air, frozen.
For the reference, these headphones that I've got, they look pretty nice. They're good for podcasting. My Monster Intunes are way better for music, but I got to get some super glue and fix my Monsters. Those motherfuckers are like $199 a pair, brand new. But I've been buying them on eBay, and sometimes I'll get them for as little as $29. You know, if you catch them on sale. Mm-hmm. But the list price on them is normally about $199. I remember Walmart selling them for $179, $199. And I had a bunch of pair, and I used to sell those all the time. I'd buy them for $29 and sell them for $79 because I was buying in bulk to get those $29 prices. Mm-hmm. Well, how are you getting them for $29 and I can't? Well, I buy 10 cents at a time, motherfucker. That's how. Gambling the chance that I'm going to sell these some bitches. But that was years ago. I haven't really gotten much into that anymore. Boy, look at the background logo on the screen. It almost blends in with the furniture and the wall, don't it?
Yeah, it does.
Wish I could leave that up there. It's a Google photo. Yeah, I wish I could just leave that up there. It's a great picture.
Okay, I pulled up the draft. They had a supplemental draft too for
Raw. Yeah. No, I didn't know there was a supplemental draft. Well, see, Raw is going to have part 2 of the draft Monday.
Yeah.
So we're not done. We're not done yet.
Nope. So yeah, we have how many rounds? There were 16 picks on SmackDown. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 supplemental draft picks. Mm-hmm. And it looks like the only people that really changed were Nia Jax is going to SmackDown, Braun Breaker's going to Raw,
whoopie boo,
Carmelo Hayes to SmackDown.
Right.
Who the fuck is Kiana James?
Don't know.
Well, she's going to Raw.
Well, good for her. Welcome to Raw, Kiana.
Now, as far as the night one of the draft, that's it. That's the only ones that changed.
If they didn't change, I don't care. So NXT had the one guy going. That was it.
Yep. Looks like let's see.
And they had a whole shitload of them gathered around like they was all going to be drafted.
Yep. Yeah. Braun Breaker's the only one they lost, and it looks like they gained Andrade.
All right. Well, Coltrane, be prepared for an extremely short show tonight. We told everybody what the needs are, who we're trying to help. I didn't even do a fucking show Thursday. Mm-hmm. Didn't do a fucking show Friday. And here we are Saturday, which I thought about not doing one tonight and coming back Tuesday with Disco Inferno. Disco was the trailer tonight where Nick Goulas had a talk about Disco Inferno. It's 13 minutes. If we don't have some donations in over the next 15 minutes, I'll call it a night and I'll do something else. Cool. We have
still on for Tuesday.
Well, the John Cena show. I mean, if it weren't for Donald Flowers and Jazzy Jana, that was 90 of the $130 we got.
Yep. Nicole, we need at least $80 tonight.
Hostess Heart, you're not up to it tonight, son or daughter, whichever one of you all I'm talking to. I mean, anything's a help. We're trying to get to, and in case you hadn't tuned in early, I would ask Dr. Bill Irwin for a donation, but we've seen how far that's gotten us. I need $20 to help Eunice with her dog, Bojark. Bojark is sick, and the vet prescribed some medicine that was 800 pesos and then a little transportation money to go get it. So right about $20. And I'm trying to give the dog a fighting chance. I don't know if the dog's going to make it or not, but I'm going to feel like shit if we don't at least try.
Yeah.
And then I got Chinny's family needs $30 for 25 kilograms of rice that she wrote me just before the show started. and Mylene's family. And I mean, if I need to go through here and show their pictures, let me know. Mylene's family needs $30 for rice, and her and her 2 kids. And those are the ones that are kind of urgent for tonight. And then our friend Yila's, I'm trying to help her. She had to spend her college money to get over there probably a $1,500 phone. Over here, you can't get them for under $1,100, $1,199, something like that for an iPhone 15.
2-year plan.
She fucking won one. And I was just asking her. She said, "Well, how did you and Chris get those nice phones?" Well, we're going down to the AT&T store. We traded in some shit phones, got these brand new ones. And if you sign a 2-year contract with AT&T, you just pay for their service and they give you a fucking phone. You see Verizon do that. Spectrum does it to a degree. And they just happen to have the best deal for us. And fuck, our entire families went down there. We must have sold AT&T fucking 10 or 12 phones. We were referring our friends down there to go get them. I guarantee you, between me and Chris together, we must have sent 20 people down there to get phones on the same deal that we got. I took the Google Pixel 8 Pro, and a lot of them got the iPhone. Some of them got the $50.
Yeah, we got 2 donations here.
Well, that was awful sweet of you to do that, man. Goddamn, that's one of the bigger ones out of them. I mean, they always are up nice doing donations, but goddamn, well, thank you, man. That's a big help. I tell you what, let's do this. If you don't mind, let's do that a different way. If we get another $5, that will feed 2 of the families. And then maybe someone else can do the $20 donation to get the medication. And the dogs are going to need some food. There's no doubt about that. But if you don't mind, and it's up to you. Now, if that's what you want to do, we'll do it. But if you don't mind, if we get someone else to donate another $5 or $10, then we can now take care of Cheney's family and Mylene's family and get them their rice. And I've got them programmed into a World Remit account where I get their money to them immediately and minimal fees through them. And Eunice's family, well, I do know best. And then maybe someone else can sponsor. Lemley says he sent money for rice. Okay, well, that might be. Let's see here. That will be just fine. Thank you for the update. I'm doing my show right now. Probably going to talk some shit about you. That's my brother. Letting me know that he's PayPaling me some money he owes me.
Whoa, breaking news on this supplemental draft, man. This is
oh, we got supplemental news.
Oh yeah, okay.
All right, well,
big news here.
Let me grab my britches, as they say in the South.
From SmackDown, being drafted to Raw is Alba Fire and Isla Dawn.
Oh, well, shit. Let me turn on the other mic.
Hey,
I wasn't going to go with 2 mics. Hell, let me turn on a 3rd mic.
There's one more. You're going to love this one.
It's going to pick up a lot of fan noise. There we go.
Being drafted from.
There we go. Now we got all 3 mics for this supplemental shit.
There you go.
That microphone's set a little high. Let's drop that fucker a little bit.
Who's your favorite? Being drafted from SmackDown or from NXT to SmackDown?
Broadway Otis?
Baron Corbin.
Oh, shit. Broadway Otis might have got drafted or something.
No,
the 3 mic idea is not working. Now, listen to this. I'm going to kill the side mics. All right. Now, that's killing the side. What do you think, Sound? Does that sound all right like that?
That sounds good. Yeah, it makes it rich. Yeah.
I mean, this is fucking 10 or 12-year-old microphone. I had this way back at the Biohazard house a long time ago. Found it, fixed it with the tape. I fixed a TV, a table stand with some tape yesterday. I've been fixing and fucking a lot of shit around here. I just grabbed the tape and I just start fixing shit. So let me see where we stand on those donations. I think we got 3 of the problems taken care of. I had to cry and bitch like a little baby. So there we go. We got from when are we going to get those sexy pictures of our girlfriend over there at the Pasta Tarts house? When are we going to get those?
I've been begging.
Those Samantha Irvin style photos. When do we get those?
We've been begging.
This mic ain't even on. What am I doing? Let's turn this one on.
Did you hear that?
See, you mix all the mics. I mean, it's good if they're far apart. But if you're trying to do all 3 of it, it's not the best of ideas.
Yeah, it's almost echoey.
The best of mics and the worst of mics. We got that. There we go.
You like that Shaw Lee, didn't you?
Excuse me?
Shaw Lee, the Chinese.
And, Daniel Lemley has sent us. So here's what I'm looking to do. If we can get somebody to make another $10 to $20 donation. That'll take care of the food and transportation money for Chenny and Mylene's family. If we can get somebody to do another 10 or 20. We will take Daniel Lemley's money and make that for the dogs and the medication and their food. And so that will take another $20 donation will take care of 3 families. And then if we can focus on trying to help my friend in Istanbul get her college tuition money. And she doesn't really need it for about another 10 days. But I figure if we take a few shows and if we $10 the thing to death, we can help the kid keep the phone. I call her a kid. She's in her 30s now. Yeah, hard to believe that girl's 31, 32 years old. But yeah, that way we help her keep that and pay her college fund, gets her charger, screen protector, and all the things that she needs. And like I said, she's been a longtime friend. It's more than I individually can do for her. I wish I could, along with all the other shit we've had to deal with and paying for 3 dogs to get all their vaccinated because they hadn't been vaccinated.
It's been like 79 shillings. What the hell is that?
I don't know what Lemonhead with 10. I don't know what that is.
What are the cents called in euros?
I think the Canadian. I think $10 converts to what, 7 here. I think.
Let me check that out.
I don't know. Thank you, Lemonhead. We appreciate it. Now, of course, his money we do not get until the 21st. But if we know what's coming, that's cool. Dixie Animal Hospital and wrote all 3 of my dogs and thanked them for coming. So shout out to Dixie Animal Hospital. They did a great job. I don't know what 79 shillings is. I can assure you it's probably not.
Is that what it is? A shilling though?
I don't know. It's Europe money. It's Europe money. I think
European. What do you call your cents over there?
I think somebody just trying to be seen.
Somebody trying to be funny. Yeah.
I think that's what the guess is. Once you tell me the amount, we'll see if they're still with us or not. Let me know the amount. I'm guessing about $1.
You saying you talking about the Canadian one first?
No, the
euro.
The euro. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm guessing that's about $1 if I had to guess.
Let's see, point
high or low.
85 cents.
What do you
make $1?
I'll let the fans vote.
Wait, I think that's a pound. So that's 99 cents.
Oh, all right. And they don't have a badge either, do they?
Doesn't look like it.
So they're just trying to be seen.
Yeah, that's
so. I will let the fans vote. Do we fix them or fuck them?
Fuck them.
All right, Coltrane votes fuck them. I'm leaning on fuck them just for the insult. I remember when somebody at another podcast sent us $2. I was just trying to help. You didn't try to help much. Watch 30 grand in drug money go through your goddamn show, but you send $2. Okay.
And we'll show the drug money
the one labeled as S. Doctor, go with it. Bill, you haven't even donated. You don't get to vote on who goes. You're barely here.
$10 Canadian is $7.31 here.
I don't know. I got a giggle. When no, it was actually 99 cents. We undersold.
Yeah, we almost made it.
They're just trying to be seen. They're not trying to fucking help anybody. And so if there's any serious people out there that really want to help us, we could use about another. Now, Lemonhead did do 10. We're not going to get that until next month, the 21st. But we appreciate it, Lemonhead. We certainly do. I think it's about $7 American, give or take. The Canadian transfers, the Maple Leaf side. You're in the wrong house. Bobby Boy Hazelwood is not here tonight to talk that hockey shit with you.
Yeah, we don't understand what the hell.
Yeah, you're speaking French to us.
It's like Maple Leaves.
Yeah. So yeah, we were not fuck you, Lemonhead. It was the one that could muster up 99 cents to be seen. So far, so I'm going to let some people watching the show that would like to vote. But yeah, if we could get one more $20 donation, that will take care of the 2 families needing rice, their transportation to go get it, and or have it delivered to them because they don't do it for free. And what was the third issue that took care of? Eunice's medication for the dog. So and thank you. And by the way, Dan Lemley, the only person ever to donate on AM Bolin. I might be done with the AM Bolins because it was supposed to generate more viewers, a way for people to help out that normally can't watch the live shows. That this would be at a time slot, and one fucking person donated, and it's the guy that donates on the show all the time anyway.
Yeah.
So it hasn't really. Well, thank you, Lemonhead. Appreciate it.
Nice.
So Lemonhead's done 20. So about 14 American, give or take. Can you convert the Canadian dollar, and then we'll know exactly?
Yeah, $10 is $7.31.
Okay, and of course YouTube gets 30% of that. So we will get about 10 of that, but still, we appreciate it. I don't know if Lemonhead has PayPal. I don't think they have access to Cash App or Venmo over there. I don't think. They do have PayPal, but a lot of Canadians don't use it for some reason. I don't know why. So, as soon as y'all make your vote, because S can't say anything because they're not a member. So they kind of blew their opportunity because they could have put a message with the donation.
Yeah, plus just a name like S.
Or lack thereof. Well, it's a troll.
That's testing the waters to see how deep they can
it is. We don't have many European trolls, but that might be one of them. So I don't know.
Well, maybe the Ohio fella has somebody across the pond dealing for him.
The Lemonheads did a lovely cover of Mrs. Robin. They very well may have. So what time we got? It's been 31 minutes. So we will be here at least an hour. And does Dr. Bill ever give us a reason as to why he never donates? Does he ever give a reason?
No, he always gets around the question and talks about other shit.
Oh, so a Republican. A Republican. Okay. Yeah, because I've noticed that you can ask them a direct question and you will not get a direct answer. Mm-hmm. You ask me a question, I'll give you a goddamn direct answer. As a matter of fact, I've been asked to speak at a Democratic get-together here by the mayor, from what I understand.
Nice.
He's a part owner of OVW and said that he would like for me to attend one of the local things they do here, and has asked me to speak at it. I said, you might regret that choice. But
hey, sometimes you need to find people.
I'll say a lot of shit you're going to like, but you may not like the way I say it. But I'm not.
I bet you'll fire people up though.
I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything. Well, I've been told about people that have gone there and spoke, and I've been told, well, you're going to change that flavor compared to what they do. I said, yeah, we'll do that. But but that's what I was told. So I said, yeah. So let's make arrangements and we will try to get that done. That'd be an honor to do it.
Should there be a camera there?
Billy Sellers, I get paid next Friday. Well, thank you, Billy. That's very sweet of you. Billy, what format will that be coming in? The pay of Pal or the Ven of Mo or the cash of App? Sounds like biblical terms, don't it?
Pastor Tart, I can answer for the. I've seen it. Yeah, they help each other.
How did I haven't seen that because I don't think Dutch Mantel and Jerry Lawler shaved their backs from.
No, they never did. Back in the 70s, they just didn't care.
I remember. Dutch and Jerry were two of the hairiest sumbitches ever to man. I could just because I've never, as y'all can tell, and when I've unzipped my jackets I wear, you can tell I'm not a hairy guy. The good Lord, or a reasonable facsimile, put it all on my head. He didn't give me a lot in the facial department. Then again, he didn't do me like he did Bob Hazelwood either to make me have to dye all that shit. Get my shit just in case the Rangers are beating us tonight. So, but that was a 4:00 game, so I should be able to watch that as soon as we wrap up here. So can you look up and see who the Dolphins have drafted? I'm going to keep that for a minute because my dumb ass didn't get me anything to drink.
Their first draft pick was Chop Robinson, an edge out of Penn State. Yes, my man's name is.
I didn't ask you what the supplemental NXT draft pick was. I asked you who the Dolphins get.
Yeah, Chop that's Robinson. The pick.
Wasn't he an NXT supplemental draft? Didn't he go in both drafts? Chop Robinson. I think he went in both of them.
Let's see. He's an edge. He's about.
He's with Edge. Edge and Christian. What position does Chop Robinson play? I hope some type of defensive guy.
Defensive edge is what it says.
Defensive end, I think it means.
Edge. No, it says edge.
Defensive edge.
They must
now
have
they're
changed
making up positions to get people drafted. What's this? Defensive edge. Well, there's no such position. Well, there is now. I got drafted to play it.
I'm guessing it's probably like the.
What do y'all want me to drink? I'm going to take the first thing. What do y'all want me to drink tonight? Do you want me to drink a sun-kissed orange, a cream, one of these, the strawberries and cream, or one of the Coca-Cola spiced. They got them on sale down there. Not $9.99 at Kroger, $3.99 because of Derby festivities. Not all the Krogers around the world may have this offer, but because of Louisville, Kentucky, and we're in Derby celebration mode right now. Walked into Kroger, $9.99. No, today, $3.99. Lay's potato chips for a fucking 9.5 ounce bag, Coltrane. They're $5.79 a bag. But if you buy 4, $1.99 a bag.
Really?
The jalapeno Cheetos that I love so much. Not $5.79 for 9.5 ounces, which put a gun to my head before I'll pay that, and I still won't. $1.99. So I got 4 bags of the sour cream and onions and the salt and vinegars of the Lay's, 4 bags of the jalapeno cheddars. So I dropped $16 on chips. Now those are going to last a long time.
I should hope so.
But I ain't paying $5.79 a bag, and I've even told my son, I said, if you happen to be out and you see the drinks for $3.99, or if you see the chips for $1.99, because that happens normally during holidays, but the Derby is holiday around here. And I've decided that just stock up when they're on sale. And so my cabinet is full of chips and my refrigerator is full of drink. So y'all don't want me to drink the orange.
Like a frat house.
So do y'all want me to drink the orange, the spiced, or the cream?
I don't know. The
orange is the
pretty lady
flavor.
is orange.
Well, I disagree with Pope, but I did say I would take the first answer I saw and I'd drink it. Spiced.
I'll tell you the positions. So we got an edge, an offensive tackle.
Well, yeah. Give me the players and where they and what team they come from and what round we got them in, and just the Dolphins. Right. I don't give a shit about it. Maybe
round 1 is Chop Robinson, edge from Penn State.
Okay. Well, if he played for Penn State, he might be decent. All right.
Round 2, Patrick Paul, outside tackle, Houston.
Well, we're really beefing up the offense, aren't we? All right. Go ahead.
Jalen Wright, running back from Tennessee, and that was from a 4-way trade.
Okay, all right.
5th pick, Muhammad Kamara.
A 4-way trade?
Yeah, it looks like
maybe he came out of NXT as well. I don't know.
Well, Philly was involved.
Yeah, Philly was involved.
Muhammad Kamara, an edge from Colorado State. Malik Washington, wide receiver out of Virginia.
Okay.
Patrick McMorris.
Well, we know he ain't going to play any. Well, then again, as much as our receivers get hurt, he might play half the season.
Let's say. And then the last 7th round pick, Taj Washington, wide receiver out of USC.
Okay, so we did draft some offense.
Yeah. Running back and 2.
But when you got 3 of the fastest men in the world on your team, if they don't get hurt, it's hard to get any playing time.
Yeah.
And, all right. Well, I'm going to go grab me I guess orange it is.
Who's there, Choco? Get him. Hit him in the throat again. I hate him.
Oh, yeah, somebody walking by. I got those lights out there that light up if somebody walks by to tell me. So, yeah. It's basically the Choco alarm because if she's going to get them, she ain't going to take no shit. All right. I'll be back in 2 minutes or less. Give me 2 to 3 minutes.
Cool. All right. Let's see. Who was that? Billy was asking who the Panthers picked. Let's see. First round, Xavier Leggett, wide receiver out of South Carolina. Round 2, Jonathan Brooks, running back out of Texas. Damn, that's a good pick. 3rd pick, Trevin Wallace, linebacker out of Kentucky. Jatavion Sanders, tight end out of Texas. Damn, y'all done rated the Texans, the Longhorns. 5th, Charles Smith Wade, cornerback out of Washington State, out of a 4-way draft from Cleveland, Minnesota, the Jets, and Carolina. Let's see, round 6, Jaden Crumedy, Crometti, maybe, defensive tackle, Mississippi State, also a 4-way trade. And round 7, Michael Barrett, linebacker out of Michigan. So there you go. Those are your Carolina Panthers. Let me go to the draft because I didn't watch it at all. Who said that it sucked? I don't know. Somebody said it sucked, and looking at it, it definitely looks like it does. So, as I said earlier, there were only 1, 2, 3 changes. Everybody else was drafted right back where they were. So, the first pick by SmackDown was Bianca Belair, who they had. Second pick, Raw picked Jey Uso. Third pick, SmackDown chose Carmelo Hayes from NXT. And the other change was Raw picked up Braun Breaker from SmackDown. Bust, SmackDown picked up Nia Jax. And finally, I'm sorry, there's two more down there. SmackDown picked up Andrade from Raw, and Raw picked up Kiana James from NXT. I have no idea who the hell Kiana James is. Damn, they don't have a picture of her. Apparently, she's a former one-time tag team champion. If anybody knows who she is she any good? Did you like her? Did you enjoy her work? Because I don't even see a picture. She was trained by Sean Spears and Tyler Breeze, so she was trained by the new school. So I don't know. And then, of course, there was a supplemental draft, and I just lost that page. Damn it. Well, at any rate, it wasn't really. It didn't seem like it was worth the time they put in, because it used to be there were huge names going back and forth. I remember when John Cena went from SmackDown to Raw, The Undertaker went from Raw to SmackDown. They used to have really huge changes to set up, new feuds and everything. And now it just looks like some of the middle of the road guys are, I guess, going to make an impact somewhere else. I guess SmackDown and Raw going to suck with the draft this year. I always say this though, Billy. Just be patient, because sometimes when it looks like they're doing something incredibly stupid, it doesn't look like it makes any sense. It makes all the sense in the world to them, and then it, winds up working out the way they wanted to. I think Kenny said before, if it looks like a clusterfuck, it's actually going according to plan. So, just pay attention, see what happens. And that's the thing about nowadays, there's all these wrestling communities and internet communities and everything where everybody just bitches and moans. Everybody thinks that they're a expert when they haven't even stepped foot in the ring. They've never ran a rope. They've never even touched the damn apron. But there used to be a point in time where we just watched the shit and enjoyed it. And there used to be something called a slow burn. When I was in the third grade, that was 1987, when they were building Andre and Hogan, and that shit built from late 86 all the way through 1989, actually. And, they used to tell really good stories back then. Some of them sucked, but for the most part, everything was kind of a slow burn. Believe it or not, those of you who are like under the age of 30, when I grew up, we had 4 pay-per-views a year. It was Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Survivor Series. That was it. And then eventually King of the Ring became a pay-per-view onto itself. And then all of a sudden they started doing a pay-per-view every month. And to me, that kind of weakened the product. When I was young, the titles would change hands. I mean, I guess you guys nowadays with Roman Reigns, you got a chance to see what it was like back in the 80s, because we had Hulk Hogan, who was not only was it exciting when he won the title, it was exciting to watch him defend the title, because nowadays everybody's excited about a title change, but you actually got excited about seeing him defend the title against the entire Heenan family that he went through. So if you really pay attention to the 80s, Hulk Hogan actually wrestled more like a heel than he did a face. So that just shows how things have changed over time. Because if you recall, he used to do a lot of back rakes and eye gouges. And I remember him attacking people before the bell rang. So, but yeah, back then we had the nice slow burns. It would take a good year. I would say the best year in wrestling when I was alive, other than the Attitude Era, was 1986. I see Kenny back there. What do you think, Kenny? 86, the best year in wrestling? You probably think it was 76 or some shit like that, but back then they had it was the Legion of Doom, Road Warriors and the Midnight Express had a feud. The superpowers, baby, of Dusty Rhodes and Nikita Koloff, between Magnum TA having his car accident, the Russians breaking up, Nikita coming over to help out Dusty, Tully Blanchard and Arn Anderson in the Midnight Express, Paul Orndorff and Hulk Hogan. Now that was a hell of a feud. I remember they filled the Toronto Dome or something like that, 86,000 people in 1986. But that back then we just used to enjoy what the hell we saw, but now we have experts all over the place that just kind of ruins everything. Except, the only time I will say that the fans actually complaining made wrestling a little bit better was Daniel Bryan and Cody Rhodes. Because instead of sitting back and being force fed what Vince wanted to force feed them, they actually stood up and said, no, we don't want this bullshit. Just, give us what we want. And it actually worked out. Now let me see who else is in the supplemental draft, because that's not even worth it. So for more draft coverage, tune into Raw on Monday night, and I'm sure you'll be greatly disappointed, just like we were this Friday. I didn't really realize, and Kenny, I know you can hear me, I didn't realize that SmackDown isn't live here in Arizona, because we are on the Pacific coast, or the Pacific time, or whatever the hell. So when Raw is over for everybody else, it's just beginning for us. So I had no idea that I was that far behind you guys. Let's see. I'm running out of shit to talking about here, Kenny. I done talked about the draft. I done talked about the NFL. I see you over there looking on your phone. Here he goes.
Okay, sorry for the delay, but I just got an update on the dog, and fortunately the dog is still alive, but desperately needed the money for the medication. So the medication's money been sent. I just sent you and Bob the receipts for that transaction, and we will get Mylene and Chenny taken care of after the show, and get them taken care of. Are you there?
Billy, how old are you, man? Because 88 was pretty good too, but 86 and 87 were my favorite years in wrestling.
What's that?
I was talking about how the best years of my life in wrestling, besides the Attitude Era, 86 and 87. That was the most fun I ever had watching wrestling.
My favorites would have been 72 when I first saw Jerry Lawler for the first time. But when Jerry became a very, very good heel was when I first started going 74, 75, 76, 77. And that was when Lawler gave me the gray tights that I still have to this day. And that was my favorite era of televised wrestling, but you weren't alive then. So
no. But you know what's funny is when I started watching around 85, I thought the people that I were watching were like well established and have been there forever. Turns out I was just getting in when a lot of the like Macho Man and JYD and everybody else was coming in. So I was growing up with the product pretty much, and I didn't know that.
Oh, Billy, you had pledged $20 later this week. I think it was later this week. What format will that be coming in? And we'll keep an eye out for it. Oh, and shout out to Donald Flowers and Jazzy Jana, who on the last time we did a show bailed us out on that show.
Yeah, they did.
Because on the John Cena show, because out of the $130 we got that night, 90 of it was from Donald Flowers, who sent 50, and Jazzy Jana sent 40. So that was. Other than that, that was a very disappointing show. Donation.
It's a little embarrassing when you have him on and that happens.
Yeah, it is. It really is. And I thought for sure, and especially with his son's picture drawn by Tony Atlas posted right on the show as well.
Him personally, he's just an entertaining person. I mean,
well, of course, yeah.
It was a fun
and plus,
show.
we had the heated political debate there with me and Cena, which I think made Bob uncomfortable. Because,
but you know what? He argues in a way that it's like he really makes you think about his side.
Well,
he doesn't make you take it, but he makes you think about what your belief is for a second.
Well, it was explained to me after the show from someone who really studies religion very deeply. He says the real believers in God and the Bible honestly believe that a sin is a sin. And that a lie is just as bad as murder. I said, well, that's just fucking stupid. Now, this is me speaking.
Right.
That's just fucking stupid. Well, your kid, he lied about where he was today. Oh, did he? Oh, okay. Oh, and by the way, he shot and killed somebody for no fucking reason. Oh.
That's the same shit.
Yeah, same shit,
Yeah. Sounds about right.
What the fuck? Now, that to me is religious, very deep, right-wing, fucked up shit.
That's a zealot.
Yeah. That would believe such a thing. But he says, no, the very religious, the true believers, or not necessarily the true believers, because I've never seen a group of people that want to kill somebody so goddamn bad.
I'm telling you.
I'm going to do 40 on YouTube. Okay. All right. Now, if you have another way to donate, which I guess we should fix the screen so that people can see how to do that. Well, that's not the way I wanted.
That's going to be about $25, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, the YouTube gets 30% of it.
Yeah.
So if you have another way, I mean, it certainly beats nothing. But if you have one of those ways, either Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Lord knows that.
Because your 40 is going to turn to 28 if you do that.
Yeah, because they get 30% of it. So if you want to be able to benefit the entire 40 or donate as a friend on PayPal, those are the ways to do it. Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, and 2 different ways on PayPal there. PayPal actually came up with that food for Filipinos at Gmail, which was a good idea. Nice. But it is longer than Kenny Bolin at MSN.com. So just tell us where you want your money to go, where you want it to help. We did just send Eunice her money. It normally takes 3 to 5 minutes for them to get it. Once we transfer it through World Remit, I did send Coltrane and Bob the receipts on that, and Pasta Tart was a huge big help of getting these other 2 families taken care of. So, and we're going to get them taken care of right after the show. Yeah, do it that way. If you have Cash App, do it that way, because I'm sure you'd rather your 40 go to help rather than 28 of it.
Yeah, there's nothing like seeing.
And we don't mind the $5 and $10 donations coming in here, because that kind of helps build up a little nest egg at the end of the month. Or if we're running a little short on the 21st or 22nd of the month, we get this little bonus check. And I used to like to call it rental assistance, but then again, if we're low on helping our Filipino families, it comes in very handy for that as well. And that bonus money at the end of the month, and that counts my membership money too, which I claim is the way I try to make a little money doing the show. It doesn't always work that way. Every now and then I get to keep a little of it, and every now and then don't get to keep none of it. So, we do what we can. Yeah, Billy, Cash App would be the way to do it, because that way they benefit from the whole 40, and that'll really be a big help. Let me see if anyone else is doing. How long have we been here? 51 minutes. 50, so we'll be here. 50. We'll be here at least 10 more minutes. And because I threatened to be here about 30 minutes a few minutes ago when it was looking bleak, but our good people stepped up in a hurry. And the one thing about this mic, it is very directional. I can tell if you lean one way, you fade off. Take much. So I'm gonna go back to this one again. Kill bike. Oh, there we go.
Now that one sounds rich.
Yeah, this one to me is a little cleaner, but this is much newer microphone too. And probably sold for a little bit more than what B sold for. These are the Mudwig microphones. Never heard of them before, but I just ordered them as a chance. I think I ordered 4 of them. Mm-hmm. And then I got to where COVID hit, and I wasn't having 3 people in here. So I ended up selling 2 of them and kept 2. And then it does much better mixing 2 microphones, then when you throw that third one in, it kind of throws everything off a little bit.
Yeah.
But if I got a guest sitting over here to the far left, a guest over here to the far right, and then me in the middle, they would do what they're supposed to do.
Right.
But I do it with that Kim Jong-un shit, to where you got looks like you got 13 microphones in front of me for no fucking reason.
Like back in the old press conferences.
Yeah, like mics. Oh, and Pasta Tart. The reason this happened, I need to explain myself. I already had one open, and it only had like a drink or 2 out of it, and I didn't want it to go flat.
Too.
Oh, look at that!
I swear to God, we need a damn. We need
a sponsorship. We need a sponsorship. Now, do you ever get these on sale for $3.99? Do you have the Kroger's out your way?
Our Kroger is Safeway, so they did have that sale. The one time where it's like if you bought 2, you got 3 for.
Yeah, Kroger does that all the time.
Except they never have those. Those are the first. So
you buy 2 for $18 or $20 if they're $9.99. Some of the Krogers are $8.99.
Yeah,
but let's say 20. So you buy 2 12-packs for $20. That's a lot of fucking money for 2 12-packs.
Yeah, it is. Yep.
Especially before COVID, they never were over $4.59 a 12-pack. Nobody dared.
Walmart, there's $6.58.
Nobody. Yeah, the $6.58 at Walmart. Same here. And the Sunkist and the root beers are $5.48 right now, or $5.28. Nice. But the same brand of Dr. Pepper will be $6.40, because they know these are a hot seller. But yeah, you can get them for 6 and change at Walmart. Mm-hmm. But before COVID, you couldn't buy a name brand pack of sodas for over $4.59, and they would all the time go on sale 4 for $10, 5 for $10, all the time.
Yep.
Post COVID, And when everybody starts getting gouged and they found the mark, we can get fucking $10 a pack out of these.
And people will pay it.
The marks to pay it. The marks to pay it. I drink them too. I'm drinking Coke Zero. Well, I've been my Filipinos have been asking me, how do I get the strawberries and cream, and how do I get the spiced? And Honey Rose went looking for spice today, and the only thing she could find was zero Coke. I said, well, we like zero Coke. But unlike Bob doesn't like the gimmick flavors. We like the strawberry, and I love Coca-Cola vanilla. I love Pepsi Mango. I love Pepsi Mango. Don't see the Pepsi Mango very often anymore, and it's all you can do around here to find a Diet Coke vanilla. Diet Coke cherry is pretty easy to get.
Yeah,
got some of those in the fridge right now, and Dr. Pepper cherry.
So what is the spice? Is that like cinnamon or some shit?
What's that?
What is the spice? Is it cinnamon or something like that?
No, it's actually they say it's got a hint of raspberry.
Oh, really?
And maybe some cinnamon. I don't know. God, we'll have to get a hold of somebody from Coke. But even Coke dealers tell you not to buy it. The Coke distributor was in there. No, you don't want those. I said, well, I'm going to try it. Well, you should try it like one bottle. No, I'm going to get a 12-pack. But I don't like them. I'll bring them back. and I would have. So I bought them and I sampled that one on the show. I said, you know what? Not bad. We sampled them during WrestleMania. Cameron liked his good enough. Chris took a taste. He said, this will be the last one of these I ever have. I said, well, I kind of like mine. And then I've gotten to where I really like them now. I was going to drink one on the show tonight, but this was open. Pasta tart made a very nice. The raspberry is it's a hint of raspberry. You just don't taste it and go, yeah, raspberry. No, you don't do that.
Oh, okay.
But I encourage everybody to try the spiced and see what you think about it. I mean, it is a different flavor.
Hey, Paul.
And so I've now got 4 12-packs of those because I had one left over. I got 1 in the car and 2 in the fridge. And I got 3 or 4 of the 12-packs of these. And then there's some orange and, there's 10 12-packs in the fridge.
Damn.
It's a must. Yeah, it's a must.
Hey, Paul, I got a question. So that store down there, do they have a bunch of like cancer warnings and shit on all the American stuff? Because I know in Europe they do. You can over there without warnings.
I found out something today. As you all know, I shop a lot at the Costco, and the Costco brand is called Kirkland.
Right. Yep.
And most anything you buy in there that's of a Costco brand, it's Kirkland brand. Mm-hmm. And I buy salmon in there that's Kirkland brand. The hot dogs are Kirkland. A lot of the lunch meats, just a lot of the clothing, just a lot of shit you buy in there is Kirkland brand. Mm-hmm. Well, apparently in Dublin, Ireland, it is street cred if you're seen walking around with a Kirkland brand shirt.
Really?
Yeah. So we have to get Maya now a Kirkland shirt and send it to her.
So it's like wearing Jordans over here.
Yeah, it's like wearing Jordans here.
Huh.
And Nike apparel. If you're wearing a Kirkland brand shirt in Ireland, it's some type of street cred, which I just learned that a couple of days ago.
Damn, guess it don't take much.
I said, so I've been having street cred worldwide all this time, especially in Dublin, Ireland. But now Kirkland brand's a big deal. I don't know why. I gotta get more into what the reason for that is.
But that sounds like an Irish name. So there might be
could be that maybe I don't know. It could be. By the way, for those of you that are somewhat political and you want to see this, I'm going to go back and rewatch it because I was in the kitchen putting groceries away and preparing something. I forget what I was doing, but I said, "Well, y'all just throw Bill Maher on the background because he had Robert F. Kennedy on." It shocked me because he's always burying Kennedy on every fucking show.
Doesn't he make you have to clear your throat like every 3 seconds when he talks?
Somebody said, I remember one of the shit bags I got rid of here a while back was, well, I can't believe the man had throat cancer or something. I can't believe you're making fun of us. No, I'm making fun of a man who cannot communicate.
Yeah.
And trust me, the day this voice goes away, I lose a lot of money. Mm-hmm. Because this voice is what makes the money between the podcasting and what I do for a profession.
Right.
What I've always done for a profession since 1984 is I've told everybody, if I can talk, I can make money. I've never worried about not having some type of money coming in.
Oh, yeah, if I lose my voice in my face, I'm fucked.
Might not get rich doing it, but I can make some fucking money. And as they said, a voice made for radio and a face to match. So
he did have cancer.
But you're making fun of him because he's running for president and he's got this. No, I'm making fun of him because he can't communicate. Mm-hmm. He's irritating. He's off-putting.
Yes.
And if it were me, then I would get out of the political game because I'm not communicating in a comfortable fashion for people. And you listen to him and go, God damn, man, go to the hospital. Well, apparently he did. And I got no fucking use for an anti-vaxxer. Now, even Bill Maher, who was Maher thought that old people and fat people should be the ones getting vaccinated. That was his belief. And there's something to that. Yeah. We were the ones that were at high risk. And if you're old and fat, which I was and still am, then you're really at risk. But somehow, I got 4 of the 5 shots. I still need to get my 5th shot. I keep telling myself I'm going to go get it. But then again, it's like the flu shot. I haven't had the flu since 77. So I wonder if I ever should have got the COVID shots. Was I messing with something? But don't mess with success. I got the first 4 shots and never got COVID. Right. Never even had a fucking symptom. Well, how do you know if you were asymptomatic? Well, you don't. Unless you take a test. So, yeah, it's possible I could have had it and was just asymptomatic. My ex-wife's husband, he's 10 years older than me, so he's about 74, I guess. And he got COVID 2 or 3 times and was asymptomatic. 4th time he got it, knocked him on his ass. But Gabrielle's a nurse, so they get tested very often. Yeah, I had no reason to get tested unless I had some symptoms. Or if I was going to be in the heyday, be around a shitload of people. And I guess I better get tested, make sure I'm not spreading anything.
I got it once, and I had for half a day I couldn't smell anything, and then when I woke up, it came back. But I was pretty asymptomatic, and that's pretty close to it. Yeah. And then if you remember, a former associate of this show got it and appeared to be near death and refused to get fucking vaccinated just out of pure stupidity. Trump wouldn't get vaccinated, damn near died. Yep. And anybody in the White House will tell you that fucker was near death. Chris Christie was near death. But they got government health insurance and experimental drugs. The rest of us didn't have. They said if it weren't for the experimental drugs, that Trump would have died. Oh, I'm sure.
And he didn't want anybody to know about it. Well, it also came out this week that Trump wanted the person executed that reported that he ran and hid in the bunker during the George Floyd protest. So the defense from Bill Barr was, but he didn't do it. Okay, so if you go into a bank and point a gun at the bank teller, hey, bitch, give me all your money. At that point, if a cop walks in or the video is turned over, whether you leave that bank with no money or not, you have now committed the crime. Yep. Oh, no, I was just ribbing her. It was just a joke.
Terroristic threat.
No, you're going to prison. Yeah. You threatened the bank teller you're going to shoot her. I didn't even have a gun. Well, you told her you did. So when you tell somebody, find out who did that, we're going to have them executed, and you're the fucking president? Yeah. Sorry. You've now committed a major fucking crime.
Well, and you're wielding power as you say that.
And the attorney general says, but he didn't do it. Trump said a lot of stupid things that he didn't do. Yeah. He wanted to shoot Mexicans in the leg. He didn't do it. He asked his generals, can we shoot them in the leg while they're in Mexico? Can we launch missiles over there that don't have our logo on them? And tell them someone else did.
Brand name missiles.
These are shit that multiple generic Kirkland brand missiles.
Acme missiles.
Yeah, Acme. One Wally Coyote. The Coyote did it. This stupid fuck thought that he could launch Kirkland brand missiles into Mexico, blame somebody else, and pick off and this is a man who, from everybody that knows him, had a serious coke addiction. In the 70s and 80s. And that sniffing thing he's got going on right now, that is a trait. Yeah. My son has been a counselor in many drug rehab centers for a guy that's never
said that during the first bunch of debates with Hillary. He was always,
oh my God, and he still has it to this day.
Yeah.
And it's a common trait of people who were addicted to coke. Now, I'm not saying
he's running all the damn time.
And he's always wanting to run his mouth that Biden during the State of the Union was jacked up on coke. Well, I don't know how you act if you're jacked up on coke.
I don't either. I've seen people's eyes get big.
They said Trump seems to know a lot about what cocaine does for somebody.
Yep.
And I got no clue what it does.
I've only seen a couple of people do it, and they just have a little bit too much energy, and their eyes kind of get a little bit.
I've seen what I've seen on Scarface and various other movies. Other than that, I don't know too much about it. So is anybody going to help us get that current 20 that we need? We got some money coming in.
And there's 30 of y'all walking around in here.
I know there is. And if we can be of any help to help our friend get her phone and her, well, basically she's got her phone. We're just trying to reimburse her the college money she spent to get the phone, which we told her to do. We didn't want her to forfeit, even in American dollars, a $1,199 phone.
Right.
You know, it's just a dream for this kid in college to be able to get this. I say a kid, you know, she's 30, 31.
I call them kids too.
Kid compared to me. Yeah, kid compared to me.
Anybody that ain't hit their 40s are kids to me.
Yeah. Know that feeling. God damn it. I'm trying to see if we got anything here. It looks like just the Dixie Animal feedback. Yeah, we got the 55 and the 30. Yeah, that is the only two donations there. And Daniel Emily did 30, 55, and then whatever's coming here.
Wow.
2 donations all night.
Well.
Yep. Oh, well.
We're giving you all we got.
That's about what we've done.
All right, I found the card from the very first wrestling show I went to, and to show how old I am to some of the younger people.
I don't have the card, but I remember. Let me give you the main event because they're very rare, and then you give me yours, being as you got it on paper.
All right.
Mine was the Bounty Hunters versus with Cashbox Kent, who was known as Cashbox Jimmy Kent back then, and against Dr. Ken Ramey and the Interns, and it was a heel versus heel match. Oh. And I remember a fan tried to get involved. One of the interns beat the shit out of him, and he threw up in the front row.
Oh God!
Somewhere the intern beat him up so bad he threw up.
You know, they
I run down.
We can find that card now.
I run down from the cheap seats. I'm in the middle section of the cheap seats to run down and see this shit. I'm 14 years old. I think Lawler wrestled Gorgeous George on that card, if I remember correctly. And that was the main. So this was semi-main. And I'm running down there like the crowd trying to get involved, and the interns and the bounty hunters are both whipping fucking fans' ass. You know, from Tombstone, Arizona, the bounty hunters. Tombstone.
So you saw Gorgeous George live?
I saw Gorgeous George Jr., who turns out was not related to Gorgeous George.
Yeah, the real Gorgeous George is a Nebraska boy. I did not know that.
Well, but I do have a real cool story though. When I first meet my biological father, age 19. He takes me to the Norfolk Scope and has third row seats. He knew I was a big wrestling fan, knew I was a big fan of Jerry Lawler. And he says, "Have you ever seen Ric Flair live?" I said, "No." He said, "Well, Ric Flair's wrestling Ricky Steamboat at the Norfolk Scope." And he says, "I've got his third row seats." Well, that was pretty cool.
Was this in the 70s? 77?
1979.
79, okay.
1979. So we go to Norfolk Scope. It's Flair versus Steamboat, world heavyweight title. Never seen such a thing. Ric Flair has appeared in Memphis, but I never got to see him because I don't think he came to Louisville. He only did Memphis. He didn't come to Louisville. So I'm there, third row, and I've got Jimmy Cornette's picture book with all the pictures where he would take of Cowboy Frankie Lane and Andre the Giant and Lawler and Bill Dundee and all the various stars here. And so I'm sitting there with my picture book, and off to my right, and I've told this story a few times, but I haven't told it in a long time. Off to my right, this older man leans over my shoulder and says, "My God, those are some impressive pictures. Who took those?" He said, "Did you take them?" I said, "No." I said, "My best friend, Jimmy Cornette, he's a photographer in Louisville." And Jimmy, of course, was still a couple of years away from getting in the wrestling business, 2 or 3 years away. And I said, "He's a photographer in Louisville, and he gets to go backstage and take these pictures." "Oh my God, those are awesome." He says, "I've been to Louisville." I said, "Yeah." And I look at him, and then I look at him because I'm just talking to him. And I just at first I see an older man. I look up, I said, "Oh my God." I said, "You're Lou Thez?" He says, "Yes, sir."
Oh, wow.
I said, "I have to ask you because even at 19, I wasn't really intimidated by anybody, but I was kind of impressed that Lou Thez was sitting by me. And I said, "Mr. Thez, I got to ask you." I said, "Why are you sitting here in the third row?" He says, "Just like you. I'm a fan, and I bought a ticket, and I come down to see the show tonight." I said, "You bought a ticket?" And he says, "Yes, sir." I said, "Holy shit." And he says, "No." He says, "We'll be right here." And he says, "Anything you want to talk?" He says, I'm here to guide you tonight. Anything you want to know, you let me know." I said, "Oh my God." So I sit there with Lou Thez, third row, Norfolk Scope, and talk wrestling all night long.
Wow.
My biological father had no clue who he was. He just knew of the name Ric Flair because Rick had hit on both of his daughters, Stacy and Karen, and they were underage.
Yeah.
I was 19. Stacy at that time Stacy was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I could see why the men were, and she did not actually look 16. She probably looked closer to 18, 19 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And she was a goddess of a girl. And Karen was an athlete. She was a basketball player. She's a little bit older, but she's probably 17 at that time. And apparently Flair was really hitting on Stacy. And if he didn't make any headway with Stacy, he'd hit on Karen. And that was 1979, and they're both underage girls.
Of course.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I hated about Nebraska.
Kenny Bolin, you're spreading rumors.
You know, growing up in Nebraska, it was like right before I was born. Omaha was a hotbed because Vern Gagne lived there for a while. Me and Gene lived there.
Now,
Mom ran into Vern Gagne a lot.
I didn't get to meet Vern, but I worked with Greg at OVW, and one of the nicest men I've ever met.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know where
my mom met. He used to do Geritol commercials.
Just a nice man. Greg Gagne was just as nice as he could be.
Mm-hmm.
And I did work with him, and one of the nicer people in the business I've ever met. One of those people that me and Chris sometimes will label too good of a guy to be in the wrestling business. Too good of a guy.
Yeah.
Paul Bearer was one of those guys.
Mm-hmm.
There's not many of them.
No, there really isn't. There really isn't.
And thanks to how my character was, regardless of what I do post wrestling, if people really knew me and knew the shit that I avoided to be a part of, the hot tub parties, all the various things, the drugs, the alcohol, the cheating on your women, I would label myself as too good to be a part of the wrestling business. But my character was such a good heel. No, he was meant for the wrestling business. But character wise, I was too good to be in the wrestling business. I didn't want to be
lean towards being a heel because that was so far from what I am in real life.
Yeah.
You know, it's fun to be able to, because I always wanted to be I didn't want to be a worker. I wanted to be a manager.
Yeah.
I wanted to be half.
It's normally the other way around for most. They don't want to be managers. They want to be workers.
Right. Yeah.
I could have been a worker. I had the amateur background to do it. I had the full intent of it. Jimmy was going to be my manager and I was going to be the wrestler. And our storyline in our head is that we're going to replace the King, because Lawler said he was retiring at 35.
Didn't they?
Okay. Well, I'll get in at about 22 and I'll run Lawler out of here in 2 or 3 years. I'll be the new King. And that was what our plan was. And then after learning more about the insides of the business and the blading and the bump taking on 6 out of 7 nights a week, I'm going, you know what? I think this managing thing's going to be a lot easier. And in my head, and obviously Cornette felt the same way, because Cornette would not get me. He wouldn't even let me manage at Smoky Mountain.
Really?
No, he managed 5, 6 fucking shows. He had Sonny there. Well, he had other purposes for that.
Oh, yeah.
He paid for her tits. He had other goddamn purposes. But he wouldn't even let me manage at Smoky Mountain. The only reason I really got great opportunity was Goulas hiring me in Nashville. And Jimmy said, well, I'm jealous. Nick Goulas never even hired me. I said, well, he hired me. So, and then when I went to OVW, I was at OVW 2.5, 3 years before Jimmy got there.
Wow.
My first work in OVW was 96. Jimmy didn't show up till 99.
I remember a lot of interviews where people were saying that they had no idea you wanted to be in the business because Jimmy never put you over when he was in rooms with them.
Bill Dundee said he didn't know.
I heard Disco Inferno say that in an interview one time with you a few years back.
Dennis Condrey said he didn't know. Bobby Eaton said he didn't know.
See,
how can they not know? I wanted to take over for them when Jimmy blew his knees out. He says, if I do, I won't have a job when I get back. So that's an ultimate compliment from Jimmy.
Yeah.
That he was so confident that I would steal his job. I said, you don't get it. You and I will feud for fucking ever.
Yeah. Well, because that could have been the Paul Heyman spot right there.
It could have been. Yeah. It very well could have been.
Because I love that.
Without the hatred.
Yeah, exactly.
But Jimmy never wanted anybody to be better than him. Good night, guys. All right. Thank you, Billy. And thank you for your proposal on your Cash App. We appreciate that. Did he say what day he was doing that? Because I don't know that I read it.
He said he gets paid next week. So I'm assuming
next week. Okay. All right. Well, we appreciate it, Billy. Thank you much. 1050. Yeah. So he's just checking out. Well, thank you, Billy. We appreciate your pledge there. And we got a couple pledges last week and they both came through. So we appreciate that. And so, yeah, we'll hang around 9 more minutes. That'll be about an hour, close to an hour and a half show. So we'll hang around 9 more minutes. Be awful nice if we could pick up another $20. And I don't want it coming from people that have already donated. You freeloaders that haven't done shit, you know who you are. Don't make me name you again. We could really use another $20. It'd be a big help. And we haven't even raised any money to help the young lady with her phone yet. We're just fine tuning the other shit we're working on right now. Transportation money, a little bit of food money.
Do it.
What's that?
Maybe the disco show they'll do it. Who knows?
That'll be Tuesday. I ran my little promo on I'll run that same promo again for the disco show. I might do an AM show Tuesday to promote disco coming on.
Okay.
Members only, though. If you want to watch and interact with the show, better get your jukebox money. Better get it.
Well, shout out to Bear. You might be able to find it online because there's a thing on Facebook nowadays where people are showing what their first card was.
Oh yeah,
so you might actually be able to Google that because that's how I actually found mine. And
mine was in Birmingham, Alabama, in November of 1987, and I just remembered I was ring announcer, timekeeper, bell ringer, and managed the last match with Tojo versus Gypsy Joe.
God damn.
Thought I was getting 4 paydays. That's how smart.
Nope.
I was told $75 a show, and I had in my head 75 an appearance.
Times 4.
Yeah, times 4. Okay, bell ringer 75, timekeeper 75, manager.
So when
75.
you got your 56, you were.
Well, actually, I didn't get anything. They didn't. Pay me that. There's a backstory. They didn't pay me that night. He didn't have the money. So what I did is I kept Tojo Yamamoto's watch. He had me hold his watch during the match because I managed Tojo against Gypsy Joe. So I was so mad that they didn't give me the money because we had about 300 or 400 people there at the Armory. There was enough people there I should have got paid.
Oh yeah. And
I booked the show. I booked the building, knowing that Nick Gulas was from Birmingham, Alabama. So I booked the show at age 27. I booked the building, and I did everything on the show: timekeeper, bell ringer, ring announcer, manager. So I did 4 jobs. And then I get to the end of the show. Oh, we ain't got no money. We're paying the boys. They ain't paying me.
Oh, we left the back door open.
So Tojo had a watch. It was worth about $250. So I put it in my pocket, and I said, well, when I get paid, I said, Tojo, get his watch back. Knowing Tojo can beat my ass, but he didn't. I said, Tojo, just make sure Nick pays me my money. And I said, I'll give you your watch back as this collateral. Yes, Mr. Bolin. Yes, because Tojo also knew that he probably wasn't going to work if I quit. Because I was doing all the work. Nick Gulas is going to call fucking buildings and book a show. You need people who can fucking talk to do that.
Didn't they throw his ass in the ring with a bear one time, Tojo?
Bobby Eaton sure did. I can't swear about Tojo. Probably did.
Yeah,
they all wrestled bears. They all wrestled bears back then. Bobby Eaton was the last one I knew to wrestle a bear.
What the hell is that all about?
Yeah.
Like, did they get their claws off and all that kind of shit, or what?
Yeah, they were protected. I don't remember any wrestlers getting seriously hurt by the bear. I saw some of those matches. I was live at some of them at Louisville Gardens.
Really?
And I think Bobby Eaton was the last one I saw wrestle a bear. And it was normally heels wrestling the bears. And because if the bear kills the wrestler, who cares? Kill the heel,
So like, what was the rules? Were you supposed to
the goddamn bear kills Ricky Morton or Bill Dundee? People are going to be pissed.
Oh, the house comes down.
Kills Gary the King Lawler or Gorgeous George. Who gives a fuck?
So what were the announced rules? Like, were you supposed to pin the bear, or what the hell?
I actually forgot what the rules, because nobody pinned the bear.
Right.
Maybe there was a referee judging falls or something. I never saw no bear get the leg hooked in a 3 count.
Pull the tights.
He pulled my tutu. He pulled my tutu right.
He had his paws on the ropes.
His paws on the ropes from the other side of the goddamn ring. He's got a 9-foot arm. Those poor bears. So then I think the animal rights people got involved. We're not going to be wrestling any more fucking bears.
Yeah.
So, what about giraffes? Can we wrestle? No, you can't wrestle giraffes either. It's not good for business. So, well, I've begged and pleaded like Donald Trump trying to sell a Bible. Don't know if we got any more in the donation category or not. We're trying desperately just to get that other. Well, at the buzzer, Rip Van John Winkle with $20 at the buzzer. Thank you, Mr. Winkle. We appreciate it. We didn't even have to call out Good Chris's name tonight. Huh? We knew better than to call out Bad Chris.
Right.
Because if he ain't commenting, he ain't donating. Dr. Bill Irwin is just Dr. Bill. You're still here, Bill.
Oh yeah, we know you're walking around in here somewhere.
God damn it! Yeah, I don't know. There is a way to fix that.
Yes, there is.
There is a way to fix it. we never heard from the Euro guy again, did we?
No, we did not.
Well, he ran out of money.
They got their shit in.
Couldn't comment no more. But no, thank you, Mr. Van Winkle. Winkle with 20 at the buzzer. Thank you so much. Eunice already has her money. We will be contacting the other families here right after the show. My first night with the teal headphones. Where's my
matches everything.
Matches everything. Matches everything. Yeah, I had about $24 left on my Amazon gift card, so I added $5 to it and got me these. Being as I broke my other ones live on the air on the John Cena show and I had to fix it or fuck it.
I do remember that now.
They're sitting over there, but to fix them properly, I'm going to have to super glue them together, hold them firmly for 90 seconds, get them to take, and then I think they will be back to as good as new.
Get that liquid nail shit.
The duct tape is not doing the job.
No.
And so, yeah, we're going to have to super glue those fuckers back together. What time we got? 10:58. We got 2 minutes left, folks. Any parting questions before we go? I wish I could talk to you more about the draft, but it doesn't sound like there was anything to talk about. Glad I didn't make a big deal out of it. Because that was the worst draft in WWE history. I'll say it right now.
Oh, it has to be. The
absolute worst draft in WWE history. And the NFL draft, did anybody other than Caleb go into the Bears? And the Bears booed that pick. Who did they want? Because the Bears just signed their quarterback to an $30 million deal or something, 30 or 40 million. And now they go out and draft a new quarterback. And he didn't find out they were getting that quarterback till like minutes before the pick.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they didn't even smarten the quarterback. Oh, by the way, you'll be competing for your job this year.
Reminds me of like Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers when he got drafted.
Yes. And
kind of the same situation.
Yeah. So the poor guy that just signed all that money into Chicago. And apparently the Giants, they said should have been in the running for that quarterback, but they claim they're going to give their guy a clean shot at it this year, whoever they got, the Giants. I couldn't tell you his name for $1 million.
I couldn't either.
If somebody said, Kenny, I'll donate $1 million if you can name the current quarterback of the New York Giants, I'd be fine.
I'll be quickly Googling.
Well, you can't do that, though. That's cheating.
Yeah,
can't cheat. Can't cheat.
I really don't know.
Can't use the Google machine. So hopefully you guys will come back here for the Disco Inferno show. Mm-hmm. Members only, just like tonight. Tuesday night, 9:05 p.m. live from Las Vegas, Nevada. Tuesday night, he said, was a great night for him, so that's when we scheduled him. And then we have Herb Simmons coming on, I think the following Thursday, the promoter, and I'm going to find out why they got all those shitbags on that show and not me.
We're going to get to the bottom of that. May 2nd.
May the 10th and 11th, I will be in Evansville, or at least as it stands right now. See if any more people drop out or drop dead. Hope I'm not one of them.
Let's say now that you said that out loud.
Yeah, now that I've said it out loud, I'm trying to jinx myself to where I won't be one of the ones to die before the show. Being as I'm the baby of the bunch, though.
Yeah.
I don't know that there's one person on that show younger than me.
How old is Ricky?
Hey, Google. How old is Ricky Morton?
Ricky Martin is 52 years old.
Oh, well, pardon me.
How old is he?
I look at him and I thought he was as old as me. He's 52.
He's only 52?
What it says. That's no. Hang on.
That can't be right.
No, that's the wrong Ricky Morton. Hey, Google. How old is professional wrestler Ricky Morton of the Rock and Roll Express? Where's that? Can't be right.
52 years old.
It says 52, but that's not the picture it's showing me.
No, because that mathematically that doesn't even seem to be right. Let me see, Ricky.
Yeah, because they were wrestling in the goddamn early 80s.
He was born
as the Rock and Roll Express. When?
1956.
So he is 4 years older than me then.
Yeah, he's 67.
Well, it keep giving me a picture of somebody. I tried to explain exactly. There's no way a fucker's 52. That's a hard 50. That's a hard 52.
Oh, I was about to say that's a rough living 52.
That's a rough. Drugs are bad. Drugs are bad.
Yes, 7 kids. God damn.
All right, Lex Luger. Hey Google, how old is Lex Luger? 65. So he's a year older than me. All right. So still the baby of the bunch so far. Hey, Google, how old is Tommy Rich? And he's a little older than 67.
Hard 67. 107.
Hey, Google, how old is handsome Jimmy Valiant? I think he's
81.
81. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. He's not 81 in the picture you showed.
No,
Hey,
he is
Google.
not.
And Bill Dundee, we know, is 80. And Jerry Lawler, 74. Dutch Mantell, 74.
How old is Austin Idol?
Hey, Google, how old is Austin Idol?
74 years old.
74, and he ain't coming either. So Lawler, Idol, and Dutch are all 74.
Wow.
All three of them.
Is Dundee still good to go?
No, Idol dropped out. Yeah, he dropped out. From what I was told, it was a scheduling conflict. And I also heard rumors that he was planning on showing up, picking up his money, and leaving. That's what I heard.
That's a scheduling conflict.
From a pretty reliable source, I've heard that was the plan. He said, that's all right. We'll miss you this time.
Yeah.
And he was basically going to drop in and say, "I pick up his money and leave."
How about Bill Dundee? Is he feeling good enough?
Last I heard from Rex Luthor, he's still there. Time's ticking on all of us to shit or get off the pot.
Yeah, final time is undefeated, man.
And I am going to be taking those 2 Midnight Express pictures I've got with me. That'll be for sale in Evansville. If we don't sell them beforehand, I'll have the John Cena picture with me.
Didn't the one get bought?
I had 2. George Captor acted like he was going to buy it, but he hadn't bought it yet.
Yeah, I thought somebody paid $250 for it or something like that.
No, well, he offered that, but we don't have that yet. So
okay.
Yeah, so if George is still in the market, he's welcome to have it, but he hasn't bought it yet. So right now I have 2 of them, and if George pays for it before I go to Evansville, he's welcome to have it.
Well,
somebody else contacted me, wanted to make payments on the Cena picture. I said no. No, because I don't
trust payments until it's done, and then
you want to lay it away like Target. Like TG&Y, go down to layaway in October so you can get you out your Hot Wheels by Christmas.
Yeah, but we ain't doing no Canva type shit or
no
Klarna or whatever the hell it's called.
No, so no layaway programs on the Cena picture. Sorry. Yeah, there's a guy I know very well. That's why I didn't do it. Kenny, I can probably make his payments on it. No, you're not.
Yeah, I like to tell by that voice who it might be.
Yeah, no, it wasn't the guy in Cleveland. It was a it was a car dealer. Wanted to make payments. No, we're not going to do that. Not going to do it. Not going to do it. So I think we went a little bit overtime here. Well, 1 hour 27 minutes, 11:05. So we gave the people. There's the tea maker.
The maker of tea.
I told you I didn't want to buy it. It's for it to end up on eBay. Well, I'm not. I highly doubt I'm going to put it on eBay. I'm just going to take it. But Tea Maker, I have worked out an alternative program for you that I will discuss with you. As a matter of fact, I'll probably do it with a phone call. So when you have the time, I've got something nice that we can do for your friend. As a matter of fact, I got approval to do it. And we will talk about it when you have time to give me a phone call. So we're going to do something nice for your friend that doesn't really risk any money to speak of. And I also gave you a shout out earlier for the nice thing you did for a person here in Louisville who will remain nameless because they asked to be. But T Maker did something very, very nice for someone here in Louisville. For those that didn't hear the show earlier, like I said, we lost half our audience when we got rid of Facebook and Twitter, but we see what they donate. Nada. And but no, thank you, T Maker, for what you did. Much appreciated. Some would say almost life-saving to a degree. So thank you for what you did. But no, I never put anything on eBay. I don't trust eBay, to be honest. I don't either. I never buy from auctions because I never know if you're going to get it. And so no, I'm not an eBay guy.
Well, there's always some dicklicker that wants to give you a negative score because there was like a little scratch on there or something.
Well, yeah. So no, I'm going to take the 2 Midnight Express pictures with me. I will have unless we sell it beforehand, the John Cena picture and his book. I found my Maria Kanellis autograph. It says "To my Kenny." Remember when I think I've told the story where she was trying to piss off CM Punk So she posted on Facebook she was engaged to me and did not tell me about it. I find out from fans, what's going on with you and Maria Kanellis? I said, what is going on with us? Says you're all engaged. I said, bullshit. I go look at her Facebook page. It said we were engaged. And that was when her and Punk broke up, and she knew that would piss him off more than anything. Is that he got dumped for Kenny Bolin. So,
man.
Yeah.
That'd give you an attitude, wouldn't it?
Let's see. I told you I didn't want to buy it for it to. I don't recall saying on here you were going to buy it, T. We've had that discussion. You told me your reasons. We'll keep those private. Because T-Megger was wanting to do something nice for somebody.
Yeah.
And then he had reasons he decided he didn't want to do that, which I understood. Mm-hmm. And he told me to sell it for what I could get out of it. Because T-Megger obviously was going to get a favor price for all that he's done for this show and things he's, done for various others. And so it'll more than likely go down to where the wrestling marks are. If anyone's going to, John Cena senior technically got $1,000 out of the last one to sell. I've got the last one available for sale. Cena sold picture number 24 up north somewhere. He said somebody paid $450 for it, gave it back, and said, "Here, I just want to help out. Now I can say I own this picture for a little bit. Here's the picture back. Sell it to someone else." And someone else come up and paid $550 for it and kept it.
Damn.
So he made $1,000 off the last picture. I'd like to pull that off. Yeah. That'd be nice. So
to be a Cena, does it?
Well, Kenny Bolin Cena. How's that? He says I'm family. Maybe I can go down and officially change my
last ask him if he'll adopt me after he sends him cigars.
Yeah, go down and change my last name real quick. I mean, in a roundabout way, I'm not going to get too deep into the woods on this, but if it weren't for the T-Megger, I wouldn't even be on tonight. We'll just leave it at that.
I hear you.
If it weren't for the T, I wouldn't even be on tonight.
I hear you.
There you go. Thank you, T-Megger. You're a good man. Tired of all the bad talk about you. And if Coltrane would shut up, a lot of that talk would go away.
I talk shit sometimes.
I know. As John Cena Sr. told me on the other show the other night. Well, sometimes I'm very opinionated and I get in trouble. Not on this show. Say what you got to say. Say it, bitch.
Hell
yeah. And no, I wrote him after the show, told him I appreciated the spirited commentary, and we both had a great time, and I'm sure we'll do it again soon. Oh, Anthony Scaramucci, May the 4th. That's sneaking up on us.
Yep, I got that.
God damn, yeah. So we're loaded pretty heavy. Herb Simmons coming up real soon. Disco Inferno on Tuesday. What's Tuesday's date? I hope it ain't May the 4th.
Let's see. I think that's May the 2nd, isn't it?
Well, it'd have to be a double header show because Mooch is coming on at 4:00. No one else ever asked for 4:00 but Mooch. So Anthony Scaramucci 4:00 on the 4th. Disco 4th? Inferno on.
Wait, you said May the 4th?
May the 4th.
Saturday.
What?
Yeah.
Well, I better recheck my information then.
Yeah,
no, May the 8th. What's May the 8th?
Oh, the 8th. That's a Wednesday.
Okay. Yeah, Mooch is May the 8th. My bad.
Okay. Let me change that up.
Mooch is May the 8th because that's the reason I canceled my surgery. May the 8th, the Mooch, surgery, and then 2 days in Evansville. Fuck that.
All right.
Yeah, fuck that. Yeah.
But Herb is the 2nd, though, right?
Herb is the way I remember it in my head. I told Herb we were going to go next Thursday.
And that is a Thursday, so yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Alrighty.
So we're pretty heavily loaded. Lots of we try to make most of the shows members only for those who really give a shit.
Nail down Mark
and for anybody that wants to help my friend with her phone. Well, the phone she took care of. The situation is that she had to spend her school money, her tuition money, which was right in the neighborhood of about $200. To get her phone, her charger, her screen protector, and a case, because you don't have a phone like that and fuck around and drop it.
Right.
You got to protect that phone because I don't think they have Apple Care for her over there that I know of.
Talk about some tears.
So, and we told her, you spend the money, we will raise the money to get you your college money. We don't want you to miss out on a major league phone to help you with your schoolwork because a lot of that schoolwork in college is research work. And she's got a shit phone. It's about 7 or 8 years old. It was a shit phone when she got it, and it's worse now. So
it's like having AOL.
Yeah. So we're going to try to raise in the neighborhood of about $180, $190 for her over the next couple of weeks. And like I said, if we could just $10 that one to death, it just means so much to get that done. And we're basically giving her college money back. She's got the phone. Wasn't a scam, as we told her it was. Apparently, I don't know Istanbul rules as well. No, you ain't getting no goddamn phone. It's a fucking scam. No, got my phone. Had to get my college money to get it. And well, she actually wrote us and said, "What should I do? Get the fucking phone."
Yeah.
You know, you're not going to get an iPhone 15 for $180 ever again. It was actually a little less than that. It was just additional money she needed for the charger, the protective screen, the case. The phone itself was like $90. It's the other shit she needs to get to go with it. And she had to spend her college tuition money, which is due in 2 weeks, to get it. And we told her to do so. We will get you your college tuition money back.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to have you miss out on some because over there to buy that phone is $1,400-$1,500.
God damn.
Unfucking believable. So no, we're very I was probably happier than she was, knowing how it's going to change that kid's life to be able to do her work.
Yeah, I don't ever win shit like that.
No. Hadn't been on my list of shit that's happened recently. So
$5 scratcher.
And that's our sweet Yilas that we show on the show from time to time. And so if we can, and if we need to do a special show to raise $180 and just either $10 or $20 to death, I'm not asking one or two people to do this. Let's all of us pitch in that give a shit and help her out. I've known her since 2007. She's very smart. Just as beautiful inside as she is outside. I mean, just a beautiful person, and very smart. I mean, she learned English in a hurry, and she was my son's tour guide.
To learn, by the way, everybody.
Yeah, she was my son's tour guide over there for about a year, and even got much better at her English because she actually had one of us to converse with, and just a sweet person, and.
And I'll say to all the rednecks out there that make fun of people with accents.
T-Maker is off the hook for a while for what he did for the local person in Louisville, because, like I said, it was a goodly sum.
Yeah,
and that person needed some help, was in a bad way, and T-Maker didn't even ask to help, but he wasn't asked to help. He just did it. So, and I much appreciated, and it was for a local person here in Louisville that he did it for.
So it was American people.
Good old American. Last I checked. And so, well, nobody commented since the T-Maker at 11:05.
No.
So we went 10 minutes of silence there with 22 people in here. So I want to thank everybody that donated tonight, both of you, and the pledges that have been pledged to be coming forth next week. Those Lemonhead that donated 20 Canadian dollars in here, we appreciate that. The 99 cents that came from God knows who, we never heard from him again.
In jolly old UK.
So there you go. And so until Tuesday night with Disco Inferno, live at 9:05 p.m., I think the Cold Train, you'll be right back here with us, right?
Absolutely.
We'll have Bobby Bangs Hazelwood with no ball games to ruin for me, hopefully. Oh, we got to beat them tonight. I just want to win one game to where we beat them 4 of the last 6. That's all I'm asking. What we did with we beat Philadelphia. We beat Philadelphia 5 out of 7 over the last 2 years. No, this year. Yeah, we played them 7 games this year.
Yeah, because I bet against them.
So another fucking playoff team that the Reds look pretty good against. Mm-hmm. We go to Seattle, but Seattle roughed up the Rangers too. I think the Seattle took 2 out of 3 from the Rangers. At Texas.
Oakland beat the Yankees, and I was sure I was going to win that bet.
Well, remember when Bob quit the show, Oakland had beaten Rangers it was rough.
It seems like being homeless has made them hungry.
You think? it'll do that. It'll
take that for what it's worth.
All right, but no, thanks for those of you that did donate, Mr. Lemley and Pasta Tart and a couple others of you. We really appreciate it. And at least 3 families tonight are going to be much happier. Eunice's family already has their money for the dogs. And let's get some food out to Mylene and to Chinny's family. And until Tuesday night, 9:05 p.m., I'm Kenny the Star Maker Bolin for the Coal Train. And for the Bob Hazelwood, who better not be celebrating right now or I'm really going to be pissed. I did say, good day.